Number 3 underway, and this is super spicy and intense because we know every single one of these players. We've done intensive research on all of their champion choices. We know their KDAs from season 1. We have got this down completely. And speaking of getting it down completely, just kidding, there's about 4 players in this game that I've actually seen play before. Completely kidding. Cosmic Sai is back! That's awesome. Jimmy Jamboree Jammy Jar is back playing the AD carry for the side of Discount Harvard. Catinator leading the squad in the mid lane, playing up against Raylick the Master, who's going to be the one to keep your eyes on for ACP. Fizz, the first ban, he's been talking smack about his Fizz, so no shocker that it gets banned away. Interested to see if Intra's pick in the bottom lane gets banned. There it is, the Karthus ban. It's almost like I predicted it.
I figured that was coming out. I don't think Intra's ever going to get that champion ever again on a stream.
Speaking to Foul in the chat, I am hyped for Nico as a caster because being able to watch those crazy plays is going to be super, super exciting. We do have that Irelia ban. Otter, aren't you tier 3 subbed? You got a whole what emote that you can use.
Oh, you're right.
You said
I'm,
what?
oh,
so
that's the
many
tier.
times. No,
that's the tier.
Tier 2 what emote? But aren't you sub tier 3? Yeah.
I am not a tier 3. I'm a tier 2.
Oh.
I'm garbage.
You're a tier 2, but that means you can still use it though.
I got the what emote.
Yeah.
Who is guest caster?
Who is a guest caster? That's Otter.
Who am I?
You're Brittany. You have Otter. What? I don't know that she knows what she's asking. All right, anyway, the mind games are endless, Foul Jester, right? That's what I'm excited for when it comes to shoutcasting them. As her clone starts flying all over the map, and when she is taking over people, it's going to be so fun to cast out all of the confusion as the Care Bear grabs Renekton from the top lane. Really, really good. Oh, he's a black guy with a fro. Cody, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a beautiful picture. Beautiful picture, Otter. Otter
I am the guest caster.
Yeah.
Surprise.
What? Shocker. No, we do that every Thursday. If you're interested in casting and you're on the stream, we do bring guest casters in every Thursday. Otter is the caster for tonight, which is fantastic. It's been a while since I've had him, but we do have other people. I'm looking at getting Rock the Kitty back, as well as bringing on some of the casters for TNT and getting them warmed up, because a lot of them are looking for more experience when it comes to shoutcasting. So we got plenty of opportunities. So Throat ratio needs to be nerfed. It can do 1500 damage, AoE stun, and shields. Yeah, it looked a little OP. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fixed before she comes out. Zenadax, you are the carrier. Wait, what? You got your main account banned? Zenadax, what did you do? What did you do? Aetherizing, you're down to cast sometime like next week or the week after. I've never done it before. Absolutely. Aether, if you would DM me, let me know through DM so I can start a list. I'm going to actually try to start scheduling when different casters are casting. So, all right, back to the game, because we got a bunch of picks to talk about. Detone Hamster grabs the Alistar paired with Raylick the Lucian for the Desvelado, more than likely. I don't think that's a Lucian in the mid lane. It's probably going to be Intra on Alistar and Lucian. So that means we could see mid lane being the last pick from ACP, hoping to get a counter, as Catinator already going to grab Victor for himself in the mid lane.
We've already picked their first 3, their top half of the map. This is going to be interesting.
The weak fear.
Lee Sin in the jungle
go back and forth.
for speed chip. So that's pretty decent, except into an Alistar, one of those worrying champions that if you try to dive in, Alistar is just going to throw down the CC, get you knocked up. Going to be very difficult for you to get out of said situation if you got that Lee Syndrome hard. But for assassinations, it's really nice to land that Sonic Wave. Lucian or Renekton super low, trying to dash away to safety. You just follow it back up with the Resonating Strike. You basically get carried to wherever it is they're trying to escape to finish them off. Seen it happen many a time before.
I wonder if anybody's going to pick up. Currently I think Kai'Sa's still really strong right now. And speaking of Kai'Sa, here it is. I'm surprised it didn't get picked or banned in the last game, but there it goes.
Kai'Sa, Jamboree Jammy Jar. I promise that's the last time that I'll do it. Picking up the Kai'Sa for the side Discount Harvard. really good champion for following up on fights, especially when you've got a super tanky Nasus. This just being that front line, running into the enemy team, slamming those staff smashes down. Pip Kane going on luck, as Kaisa could then follow up afterwards. The one thing that I'm interested in seeing is if they have anyone for Peel. Because at this point, besides the Lee Sin kick, there really is no Peel for the squishy members of Discount Harvard.
Yeah, so far, I'm looking to see what Cosmic Zaya decides to pick up. I think if they had that Alistair, that would have been really good. They need some kind of either peel or crowd control coming from the support position. And Intra picks up the Camille, so I'll be Camille for the Tone Hamster in the jungle, I believe. It's going to be hovering Leona, and he does lock in Leona. So I do like to see coming out of support. I don't know if it's necessarily need the peel, maybe the engage, because they really don't have engage besides Lee Sin.
Yeah, I love that Leona pick.
See.
That is the peel, and can set up with those ultimates so much for Kaisa to be able to follow through with that killer instinct. Really good, both long-range engage, short-range disengage, chase with the Zenith Blade, and that hard CC setting up for the Victor and Lee Sin to follow through as well. So lots of opportunities for Discount Harvard to make some good plays. But on the side of ACP, they've got some good plays too. Camille and Renekton, Bruiser duo, could be so impactful when they dash into a fight. You've got Nasa Tank Alistar that's going to be doing so much CC, and they still take one AP member, that's Syndra, that also carries a pretty hefty stun.
So this is, their team comp's kind of similar to the last team comp, except even more snowbally. If that team gets ahead, top lane, especially, top lane and jungle, if those two get ahead, they will completely take over the game, and it's not going to be good. They have that Lucian to get that mid-game spike, so if they can get any of these lanes rolling, to be honest, it's going to be really tough for Discount Harvard to deal with. If it does get late game, though, I don't think there's too much damage from the side of Discount Harvard in the late game for Team ACP to stop.
All right, well, as we got these 3 minutes ticking down, ACP gonna be the Care Bear with Renekton in the top lane, Detone Hamster on the Camille in the jungle, Raylan grabbing the Syndra for the mid lane, Desvelado with the Lucian, AD carry role, and last but not least, Intra taking Alistar support.
And for Discount Harvard, Fast Brother playing Nasus in the top lane, Spitchip playing Lee Sin in the jungle, Catnator playing Victor in the mid lane, Jamie Jar playing Kaisa in the bottom lane, AD carry role, Cosmic Zaya playing Leona at support.
Foul Jester, I think we might have one more team if Anime actually pulls his team together and lets us know. I think he's been unbanned from Discord. I believe Cat unbanned him, and so he can get on the Discord and let us know what their team is. So we should. If not, we may just run one of these other teams a second time over against this new team that at the moment we got 2 more games to go. It's sitting at 11:30. Otter, I'm feeling good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. If we do a 5th, that'll probably be my last one. I was looking to try and stream before everybody goes to bed, stream some Artifact.
I think that 5 games is going to be it, because we do have, this is the 3rd game. We got 2 more games coming up. One that it should be double KSU teams against each other. Very excited for that. I believe that, who is it? I could actually find it now. Vanquish was able to drop both of those. So we should actually have both of those teams against each other. Very excited to see that. And then we'll have Ice versus whatever team is able to be put together for the last team of the night. Either way, with 40 seconds remaining, I've got my number on Discount Harvard overall. I think they've got a beautiful composition. They've got really good engage. They got the front line. But as we talked about in last game, when team gets snowballing, something with a Syndra, Camille, Renekton, they can snowball so hard, so fast, and so early. There's a really good chance the ACP is able to take it. Who you got put your money on? Not that we're betting.
I put mine on ACP. I think ACP has, if they can get either top lane rolling ahead, one of these lanes rolling ahead, and the jungler ahead, it's going to be extremely hard for Discount Harvard to bring it back. They do have wave clear with Victor, but if they can keep Nasus down and keep pressure up with the Lucian onto the Kai'Sa, it's going to be really hard for Discount Harbor to get back into the game. Renekton can just bully Nasus off of farm in lane and try and keep him from getting those stacks on his Qs. If it does hit late game though, Discount Harbor is going to take it with Nasus and Kai'Sa and Victor.
Yeah, Nasus is one of those champions that just keeps stacking and stacking over the course of the game. I'm really curious to see how those two handle themselves in that top lane. Nasus and Renekton, the classic brothers blood feud going to be happening. Think that Renekton has that early game edge as we're, really quick loaded into the game. All right, Team ACP versus Discount Harbor. We'll see how it goes. Good night, Brittany. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I really look forward to your article and excited to see it when it gets posted tomorrow. She is working on that website. I'll drop the link to it on Discord when it does get finished, as we are launching into the game. No need to move any champions. Makes me happy.
We get a pause though.
A pause does not make me happy.
I can't remember the button to hide the time thing.
Wait, there's a button to hide the time thing?
Yeah, I don't remember what it is now.
Huh. Wait, what's this? What is this pausing about, boys? What is this pausing about? ADC lagged out of PC. Oh, the Syndra is saying that their ADC, Desvelato, has a bit of a PC issue. All right, well, that gives us time to analyze these compositions a little bit more. I know that Kai'Sa scales crazy hard into the late game. I know that Lucian is an early game duelist, but with the Leona Alistar in the bottom lane, is there any way to analyze these two bottom laners?
Sorry. Press U and you get rid of the time thing on it. Anyway.
Oh, that
bottom
time
lane.
thing. I see. I could have told you that.
I knew you figured you probably knew what it was. I just couldn't remember. I knew
you
what
were
it was.
saying take away the timer on the pause, and I'm like, I'm not sure why you want to take away the timer on the pause, but I suppose you just want to hide it to, for viewers to just see the unmoving pause screen, maybe. But anyway, yeah, bottom laners for both teams. What do you think?
I think, as far as early game goes, should be in the favor of Lucian and Alistar, but Leon's got a lot of CCs, and Kai'Sa can still do a lot of damage early, don't get me wrong. So, I don't know, it could be even. The goal for Jamajar and Cosmic Xayah is to just farm until Kai'Sa can get those items, and then just does way more damage than Lucian.
Yeah, I see some early game damage, maybe not a kill, but some early game damage coming out, though, from both teams. And the reason why is whoever hits level 2 first will have a much better pressure in the lane, because Leona's going to have the Zenith Blade into the stun with the Q. Alistar is going to have that headbutt knock-up combo. So whoever hits level 2 could try to make early moves, but also both teams, knowing that that level 2 can be a powerhouse, may decide to just play it safe and try to play the farm game. We saw last game a Lucian really take over that bottom lane and come out with almost a double CS lead when it came to leaving the laning phase. See if Desvelato is able to pull it out this time.
I think the matchup compared to last game is going to be less curious. Top laners going to fight each other.
Oh, fast brothers. First blood of the game. Not first blood kill, but first damage of the game. Go ahead.
It's going to be less scary if... In the last game, we saw Xayah still pick up the gold lead because of the kills and assists that she did get. But on Kai'Sa, if she starts to pick up item advantages, it becomes really scary to deal with, as she can move around with that E and use her ultimate to reposition and just dish out crazy amounts of damage.
Alright, and it is going to be a Mountain Drake start to the game, so I think we'll see a little bit more action when it comes to that Drake starting us off, as both teams are going to want it when it comes to taking those towers. A lot easier to knock off those shields if you got a Mountain Drake with that almost ×2 bonus. But that's the level 2 Camille coming into that bottom lane. Gets the slow with that red buff onto Jamajar. Little bit of damage, but not much follow-up from the rest of the bottom lane. A little bit slow to respond. And so Kai'Sa able to walk out without too much of an issue. And this is not the first time that I'm seeing junglers take level 2 red buff and immediately head to the bottom lane.
Spidey's going to do a great job there of knowing that he went bot lane first, is going to try and seal away this blue buff and put the Tone Hamster behind a little bit as far as his farm goes. He's going to get triple buff for the Lee Sin. See if he can turn that into a bigger advantage
Yeah,
That's my
especially
camera's moving all over the place. What?
well, it's trying to figure out. That's the league's automated camera. It kind of gets confused when it comes to sometimes damages, especially when it's a little bit of a slower laning phase across the board. I do want to actually check in with this Lee Sin. He's taking the Scuttle Crab on that top side. He really is like wanting to starve this Camille out. She doesn't know that her blue buff has been taken, but she sees the Scuttle Crab gone, and Lee Sin heading to his own jungle, so she may have a clue now about her jungle being missing. Nope, she's just gonna walk straight to her blue buff. All right. Oh, Syndra stunned in the mid lane. Sends up Victor on that Catinator. One of the things about Victor is he's really good at poke, even if he starts to lose a little bit of farm when it comes to that early side of the game. He's just able to continue to wave clear so quickly that he should be able to keep at least moderate pressure and force Syndra just to stay in lane.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect her to roam too much until she gets 6, where she can just pop this Kaisa. But we'll see what happens. Kaisa's doing a really good job now, picking up CS advantage, or slight CS advantage. She'll can be even after these couple of minions from the pollution. In the top side, Renekton, I don't know if he was forced to back or just backed for some damage, but backed off, picked up 2 long swords, try and put some more pressure onto this Nasus. Keep him from getting the stacks he wants. See if that does happen. Things coming out of the Camille spotter coming over. And Lee Sin is picking up CS after CS in this jungle matchup. Slight lead over the Camille. Across the board, pretty even. Camille gonna come mid though, lands a stun on the Catnip. It's a flash out, and a stun comes down from Raylick. Gets first blood over to Camille in the top side. A lot of damage coming down onto Nasus. Oh my goodness!
Fast Brother actually able to escape underneath the turret, gets 2 tower shots with the help of that, so the Carrier Bear forced to back up. He still has a wave that he can push in underneath the turret. We'll see if Nasus is able to respond, but double flashes burned in the mid lane and jungle. Lee Sin, speed cheap, looking for a gank on that top side. The Carrier Bear finds one, but can't find the second.
Oh, the flash!
Oh, beautiful flash.
Oh.
The Ward Hop still uses speed chip, is going to be able to take the kill on the Renekton, but that costs a bunch of spells, a flash from the Lee Sin to guarantee that kill.
Yeah, I think he flashed earlier actually, or did he flash at the beginning of that fight?
I think he flashed at the beginning of the fight so that he could reposition for the Ward Hop, but either way, 1 kill to 2, about 1,000 gold lead so far for Discount Harvard, give or take a little bit. Camille and Syndra both having burned their flashes in the mid lane to make sure the Catinator went down, but Camille was the one who came out with the gold in the end with that kill, so Syndra still about even when it comes to fighting against this Victor.
Yeah, both junglers have picked up kills, picked up some gold for themselves. Camille went down to the Lee Sin though. If they can finally pick on this Lee Sin though, he's got 450 shutdown gold. That'd be pretty valuable in this early game if we ever could pick that up. He has completed the first part of his jungle item though, as Camille's just sitting on that longsword. Or sorry, yeah, the longsword.
Lucian, Alistar in the bottom lane, still fairly even with that Leona. Seems to be that passive lane that we said was a potentiality with both teams that could go aggressive. So probably not going to do too much unless
the mid lane.
Alistar completely says I'm wrong.
Oh my
gets
goodness.
ulted by Rayleigh. That's a huge amount of damage. Burns down with the Ignite as well. Camille really focusing on trying to get this Syndra ahead. Alistar engage obviously didn't do that much in the bottom lane as Jamie Jar is still perfectly fine. Both of us went silent because we were typing to Wild. Have a great night, Wild. Thank you for joining and keeping up some serious hype in the chat. Fast Brother in that top lane, starting to stack up a little bit. Still fairly even when it comes to farm. This is one of the more even games, especially on the early side.
81.
Go ahead.
I don't like it from the side of Team ACP, honestly. I would like to see them be more aggressive, especially in that top side and the bottom sides of the map where they have those lane advantages. If this lane goes even the bottom side, which it is currently, it's just going to favor the Kaisa in towards the late game as she gets more damage and becomes an insanely strong late game threat. And the same with the Nasus. If he's allowed to just stack like he's been doing, he's currently at 87 stacks and has the lane on his side of that, or the wave on his side of that lane. So he's free to just farm and not get pressured by a gank from this Camille unless they go for a dive.
And I'd really like to see some more vision from the side of Discount Harbor. They don't have vision to keep eyes on a high mobile champion like Camille, who's had a heavy impact so far. She's ganked twice in the mid lane, one to burn a flash and the second one to get the kill onto the Victor. And there's still no vision around there to see if she's going to be coming back, as the Care Bear on that top side pushes Fast Brother underneath the turret. But you got to give credit to this Nasus. He's been under his turret for a good portion of the game, and yet is still staying relevant and even on farm, continuing to stack up. Get us an analyst desk? Oh, well, I could force you to stand if you'd like. That's actually, when we move, I'm going to be looking at trying to get a desk that goes from standing to sitting, so that when I'm working on graphics, I can sit, and when I'm shoutcasting, I actually want to stand. That's what I prefer to do. Is Raylick's going to get a pretty good burst damage onto Catinator in that mid lane. He's been dropped down to about half, but is not out yet, has his ultimate and Ignite available, so if he got a gank from Lee Sin, there's still a good chance they could take out the Syndra.
We shall see if they can bring that lane back. He's not really down. Oh, he is down quite a bit to standard. Never mind. Farm's pretty close, but he's still down about 600 gold. So that's a little rough for Catinator, but he does scale, I believe, better into the late game than Cinder does. Cinder becomes more of a one-shot burst. Mage even could do a lot of damage, but Victor has a lot of sustained teamfight damage. This jungler's going to be in this top side. I don't think the Lee Sin spotted the Camille just yet. She comes in, stuns onto Lee Sin. Ulti comes out for Nectin.
Oh, nice ult from the Lee Sin. Knocks her Nectin backwards. Species Chip still alive and fast. Brother has no mana, but Syndra's there to clean up the Lee Sin. Care Bear has that 400 health, looking for the re-engage. In the meantime, it's an engage on the bottom side as Alistar finds the headbutt knock up, but the Leona's got the stun onto the Lucian. Will it be enough? The calling comes through. The flash from Jamie Jar keeps him alive with just a bit of health. He's able to make it into the brush, staying out of vision, stays alive. Desvelado able to make some good moves in that bottom lane.
Super close. Oh my goodness. Super close fights. Good play from Raylick on the Syndra, roaming to the top side, cleaning up that kill on a Spitchip. But Spitchip doing a good job getting a lot of damage out from Fast Brother and Spitchip onto that Camille, getting that first kill in that fight, and then getting caught by the Syndra roam. Probably could have taken down their Nectin there as well, but Syndra roamed up. Good timing there to help out their Nectin, clean up that team fight. In the bot side, that was a good play from Cosmic Sai. He wasn't 6 yet, which I believe would have helped turn that team fight around, but Jamie Jar living just a sliver of health as Cosmic Sai got the root and the stun on Lucian, but didn't have the ultimate available to keep him there.
Alright, these two back to the bottom lane. Lucian getting a 16 farm lead. That's a pretty healthy farm lead against the Kai'Sa. We'll see how that comes down when it comes to items and damage as we get to the mid-game. A little bit over 10 minutes. We got 4 minutes left before those turret shields come down. Stun not going to land on a Raylick. He's got double buffs. Camille going to gank and flash. Used by Catinator to get out once again. But that Camille has just continued to pressure this mid lane again and again. And so far, Speedchip hasn't been able to find that much. Raylick steps forward. Catinator throws down the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. Forces a flash from Raylick. Lee Sin's actually around the corner. Raylick's going to be extremely low. Nice ward hop from Speedchip. He lands a Sonic Wave! Absolutely unbelievable! Lee Sin pulls the kill off onto Raylick, takes him down, and it's a huge shutdown gold for himself.
Wow, he picked up 500 gold off that. This Lee Sin is...
That is
extremely scary.
He
got a 1,500 gold lead over the Camille in this jungle, and he's coming topside.
Trying to find a gank onto Renekton, but he's already been shoved back underneath the turret. The Care Bear slowly losing out. He's lost lost life already, and is losing a bit in farm as Nasus shoves the wave forward. Again, we talked about the late game scaling of Fast Brother in that topside.
This is what I wanted to see from this bottom lane of Desvaldo and Intra. Desvalado, sorry. Said Desvaldo. Desvalado. I don't know if Camille... Oh, it's Camille's getting spotted by that ward. But they're freezing the wave on their side of the lane and keeping Jamie Dart from picking up CS. Now he's down 30 CS from this Lucian, and it's only going to get worse. They need to press that advantage they have and keep that
Ult used by Fast Brother, but a little bit on the early side. He's going to get a couple stacks with it, but it will be down, which gives an opportunity for Camille.
Oh, Camille!
He's ganking the bottom lane, finds the sign onto Cosmic Zai. She's been knocked up. Hextech Ultimatum holding her in place. She gets the ult onto the Alistar, but he's the one tanking underneath the turret, so he is fine. Camille picks up the kill onto Leona as Speed Chip's ganking the top side. Once again, Warthog set it up, but the Sonic Wave is going to miss. Costly time from the Lee Sin, especially as the enemy jungler got a kill on the bottom side, and they are on to the Mountain Drake.
Oh, stun lands on Victor, gonna take some damage. Gonna quick pick up the first Drake of the game, going over to Team ACP. And this is actually a really interesting game. Oh, they're gonna go for Ranked again. Lee Sin, good kick. Doesn't land the Sonic Wave though.
Doesn't need to, just steps forward with the Nasus, finishing him off. We got another pause, as we'll see if someone DC'd after the Mountain Drake went down over to the side of ACP. So they are doing well. Gold is still fairly even. Renekton is just getting brutally punched again and again on that top side by the Lee Sin. And this actually comes down to how you play the game as a jungler. Are you focused on taking the lanes that are suffering, like Catinator in the mid lane? 0-3 so far this game. He is still fairly even in farm, but it's a 3-1 Syndra on the other side. And do you try to stop those places that are bleeding, or do you focus on a side that you know is going to win late, so help him also win early and just continue to shut down Renekton over and over again?
It's quite interesting to see. I do like him focusing his top lane, getting his Nasus really a big advantage in the top side if he can. Victor should be fine if he can try to just stop the bleeding farm under tower. He did get killed under tower last time. I'm not sure he's able to do that while staying safe, but if he can try to avoid dying more than he has in this lane, as he got camps pretty early, but should be able to be fine in late game team fights. They just have a lot of late damage, so all he has to do is scale up, get some more items, and become a threat for their team later.
I think that AoE from the side of Discount Harbor is going to be pretty good when it comes to those 5v5 fights. You've got the Victor ultimate that can just hit everyone inside of a pretty decent-sized area, as well as Nasus kind of drawing everyone in, as he's going to be that beefy front line. And if Leona finds a perfect ultimate, it could be a wombo combo that just allows Discount Harbor to wipe ACP. That said, Syndra's getting pretty strong. 3-1-1, 100 farm, feeling fairly good if she's able to take that pressure to other lanes or to skirmishes, as we're about to lose that tower shielding. Could spell a different story for the side of Discount Harbor.
I think for Discount Harbor, I would like to see stun lands on the Catinator. He's going to take a lot of damage. My goodness.
Yeah, not much to say about that. Finds the stun, immediately throws all the spells.
Got skill buttoned.
Skill button. It's a face roll character, Syndra. If you land the stun, you face roll on all your spells and abilities, and you kill the enemy champion. Shield not going to do that much to save Catinator. But I gotta say, despite having died 4 times, still being even in farm is really good out of this Victor.
He's still down almost 1,400 gold right now in that lane because of how many kills this Syndra's gotten. But I would like to see this Lee Sin. It doesn't have to be going to mid lane, but if he can go to his bottom lane and the top lane, and take the massive gold advantage and the massive amount of damage that he has on this early Lee Sin, and carry it into those lanes and get them into the later stages of the match. Damage will be going down between top laners.
Uses the Wither and a nice Q, knocking Care Bear down low. He's going to heal up a little bit with that Call of the Meek. So things still a little bit even, but yeah, I believe Call of the Weak? No, Call of the Meek. I was right. M-E-E-K. Ha, I got it. Me. Alright, blue side, ACP, invading the bottom side jungle, and Camille able to take away the blue buff out of Lee Sin as he did recall earlier, and now 3 members are trying to find a gank onto the Victor in the mid lane. Catinator wisely avoiding them, stepping off to the side as he finally has some wards, so he's got vision, and we'll see where he decides to go as he seems to be roaming towards the top side. Alright, he's going to head back to the mid lane. Fast Brother still on that top side, farming even against the Renekton. These 2 brothers beating each other up again and again. Syndra has the pressure advantage in the mid lane, still about 10 farm up, but Victor's going to catch a wave, just start to even that up a little bit. Double control wards in this bottom side brush to make sure that the vision advantage goes to ACP as Camille finally ganks top side for the first time this game. Going to be able to use a Hextech ultimatum, setting up for the Nasus to go down. We'll see if Fast Brother can heal with those cubes enough to get out of this. His ultimate might keep him alive enough to get Care Bear flashing forward, but Renekton has flashed to safety. The Nasus is still alive. No, Attack is going to do it. Can he get the outplay? He takes one, gets the double buff. Renekton forced to recall.
Wow. Great play for Fast Brother. At least Micah caught air here.
He's going to be stunned up. Should be going down. Nice kick onto Alistar. Tries to reposition with the ward, but the shutdown goes to the Alistar, whose Ignite was ticking away. Cosmic Xayah not in any position to help out, and that is a punish for the Lee Sin trying to take away the enemy team's jungle.
I think Lucian flashed in place there. He might have gotten the kill if he flashed for. But still getting that shutdown goal onto the Lee Sin. He gets a little over aggressive. Well, they have the wards, good root and stun.
The ult completely gonna miss from Xayah. It doesn't matter because the Kai'Sa has repositioned.
Oh my goodness!
But the Lucian has the damage. He's able to take out one, and now the chase is on to Cosmic Xayah. Intra coming in as well. The Leona goes right back in, trying to finish off the Lucian because she knows she's dead. As Syndra comes to the bottom lane, picks up yet another kill. 450 gold bounty sitting on her, and that's gonna be a lot of damage to this bottom lane turret as we are past that shielding time.
Good play. I like the roams from Rayleigh getting these cleanup kills on the back end of fights. Stone Hamster's going to try and hold the mid lane. They might be able to get first tower here in the bot side. And this is what I was talking about. The snowball. Syndra got ahead and is able to just take his advantage to other lanes. Catinator going to get jumped on. And Syndra's here might be able to find a stun.
Well, flash from Catinator. He avoids the stun as well. No way. And now he's going to use the ultimate underneath the turret to tone a Hamster, getting chunked out a bit, but the Ignite taking down onto Catinator, who sidesteps, gets the shield, but it's still not enough. And the Care Bear comes in just to zone him away from his own turret. Oh my goodness, Catinator tried so darn hard, but with the collapse of ACP, they still pick up the kill.
That's an 0-5 Victor that almost killed both of them. I think he got a little aggressive once he saw that he did so much damage. Both members. Ooh, a lot of damage coming down from the top lane. Fast Brother might be able to get a first tower win down the bottom lane.
Yeah,
but he will get the tower trade.
Right, so it is going to be the side of Discount Harbor picking up a turret of their own. And again, this Nasus has been consistently winning the split push against the Renekton, or at least that top lane. So if he decides to split push all game long, which most Nasuses do, he should be okay to do so. As Lucian's trying to respond, but the Care Bear putting himself in a bad situation. There's no ult on Jammy Jar yet. They got a pretty good amount of damage. He's going to use his own ultimate. Renekton trying to come in. The flash forward from Intra finally gets the knockup, but Kai'Sa is still here dealing damage. The Camille, though, able to respond. The collapse from ACP consistently better, and they pick up 2 more.
And ACP are fighting the fights that they want to fight, fighting in their turn and getting the CC down onto the right champion so they are able to get that damage back out. And now they're in quite a commanding position with advantage in most lanes except for this top lane. Nasus is really the only scary one. Nasus and Lee Sin, but Lee Sin's going to start falling off here pretty soon.
I got to say that while Lee Sin's early game was fairly good, as Catinator probably going to die again in the mid lane. Yep, pushed by 3 around. Not going to be able to do that much. Intra using that ultimate just to tank up the turret. That's going to be a second turret going down to the side of ACP. What I wanted to comment with Lee Sin is that his early game and high pressure on the top side helped Nasus to get an advantage, but he really hasn't been showing up to any of these skirmishes around the map. He might be finding 2 by himself, and Camille's just going to find the engage. The stun from Syndra should guarantee the death, and that is Detona Hamster becoming a killing spree, taking out Speed Chip, and the collapse from ACP continues to just overwhelm Discount Harbor at every turn. That's Velado trying to 1v1 brother, but the Q comes through, and that's plenty enough damage. But now Nasus should be going down to the 2 members of the mid lane and jungle for ACP, roaming to the top side. Does he have the footwork? He does not. Didn't think he would.
Didn't get shut down gold. It looks like Nasus now is going to be the win condition. Try and stall this game out. Try and split push. Bring multiple members over so that the rest of these members...
2-man knockup from Intra. Cosmic Xayah using the Zenith Blade to reposition, but the Care Bear comes into the mid lane as well. That's going to be Leona going down. And again, there's always more blue health bars on the screen every time a fight breaks out than Discount Harbor can bring.
Yeah, they're doing good as playing together as a team, moving around around the map fairly well, and finding the picks that they want, and just taking this game, snowballing it like I talked about earlier. Intra might find a pick on Elise, and he does get the knock up.
Goes over the wall.
He doesn't have any follow-up, though.
Yeah, no need to follow up. Just playing with Lee Sin. He's going to go right back in to grab the Krugs. I like Intra's aggression, though. There's no vision. They did drop the Warbit controls there. Jamming Jar waiting around the corner, but that is a Kaisa who's sitting in on vision. Still hits the Void.
It's gonna go down.
Daytona Hamster drops shutdown gold to the Kaisa. That is massively important. That's for the control, not here to join the fight, but Catinator is. Lee Sin decides to go in on Alistar. Intra trying to do what he can. The Syndra's around the corner. This could be a huge advantage for Discount Harvard if they decide to chase this out. Cosmic Saiyan flashing over the wall. In position for the stun. The ult still comes through from Freylich, but that is going to be the Syndra going down. Shutdown gold to the Lee Sin now. Lots of gold back into the hands of Discount Harvard. We'll see if they can push out the mid lane against the Care Bear, who's the only one here to defend.
Great play from Zaya. Huge amount of damage still from Freylich. Managed to burst cannon before he goes down. Good stun onto Care Bear, but not quite it.
Oh, Care Bear actually steps forward. This may be his death. The Wither was already down from Nasus onto the Lucian, which actually hurt his culling a little bit.
Victor comes down, but I don't think they're getting anything out of it. Just got stuck by the minion wave. So the Richard's going to go down without getting anything for it. A little bit of a waste there, but still got that good team fight that they needed to get back into this game.
Yeah, they really needed those shutdowns. They're still down about 3,000 gold, but getting those shutdowns kind of sets them back up, especially when it comes to that Kaisa and Lee Sin getting back into this game. Really, Catinator, though, needs to catch back up when it comes to the farm and gold overall. 0-7. Has opportunities to do so, as there's going to be those side waves pushing in. You can see the bottom lane already up to that turret. Speed Chip may be in trouble. His Sonic Wave is going to miss. The Hextech Ultimatum's not from Camille. And Lucian is going to be able to get a pretty good amount of auto attacks, but he's got no mana. And Camille is already gone. Nasus, fast brother, being that main frontline tank and dealing massive amounts of damage. Drops Wither on the Lucian, forcing his flash over the wall. The Q almost takes out the Care Bears. He's able to get over the wall. Alistar goes in, but he's in the middle of 4. Not able to do that much. Stunned up by Leona. Trying to take out Lee Sin on his own, but it's an Alistar. There's not much damage. He is only a tanky boy. In the meantime, Renekton goes down to Victor, who's found the back.
Oh my gosh!
He gets popped, but Nasus cleans up the rest. And that is the ace for Discount Harvard. They found the fight. Fast Brother doing most of the work. They're onto the Baron, and they've got Lee Sin and Kaisa, which should guarantee this for them.
And Kaisa got shutdown gold onto Intra as he dove into the backline. Man, that was such a good fight for Team Discount Harvard, finding all the right targets, punishing the over-aggression from Team ACP.
And really, that's what it was, over-aggression. Alistar goes in, and then, well, first of all, it was Lucian that had no mana on the top side. There's no reason to fight when you are a spell-slinging AD carry like that. So he had to flash the wall, immediately leave. He had no health to get back into the fight. Then Alistar goes in by himself, maybe trying to peel for his team to escape, not able to do that much. And in the meantime, Victor wraps around the bottom side, picks up 2 kills for himself, back into the game, back into having gold, able to pick up his 2 first items of the game. Leona's Zenith Blade not going to land, as the Infernal Drake seems to be on the eyes of both teams.
More flash out of Tone Hamster, too. Oh, his eye's getting caught, though. Tone gets caught inside the pit.
Yeah.
No escape.
That's really bad positioning from your support. Even if you're tanky, it's not really where you want to be. Catinator waiting over the wall. He doesn't have his ultimate yet, so he doesn't want to fight yet. Infernal Drake picked up by the Camille, and that is 3 Drakes to the side of ACP. And Renekton uses that teleport, trying to get out before Fast Brother can finish him off, and he does come in with a sliver of health. Lee Sin lands a Sonic Wave, but it's only trying to escape as Kaisa getting engaged upon by Camille.
Oh
but they
my
can
goodness.
finish him off. Jamming Jar moves forward. There's no reason why not to. Not sure what Camille was thinking.
Kaisa picked up the Raid Blade and has a lot of damage. Oh, Intra! Oh no!
This is the flash knockup, so Speed Chip able to walk away, lands the Sonic Wave, probably not going to Lee-int into 4 members. The ult from Renekton gets him out safely, but not able to do much more after that.
And Fast Brother on this Nasus is basically unkillable. They don't have any way they can stop this split push.
So the top lane second tier turret goes down, continuing to give gold back into the hands of Discount Harvard, who have now taken a 2,000 gold lead. Speed Chip really trying to do what he can, 6-3-6, to put this team in the right foot. And now that Catinator has some gold, he's got a couple items as well. There's an opportunity for those team fights. The Discount Harvard can 5-man better. We'll see how Intra, though, on this Alistar has made a bunch of plays that has helped the team so far. Can he keep that up?
That trick to GDK.
Open the gates.
Becoming a massive threat. He has 450 stacks.
He's a massive threat, so send your entire team to go in. He's ulting, but still going to be burned down. Knocks Desvelato down to a third of his health. But they came, they got the target they wanted to. The real question is, can the Leona and Kaisa that are in that bottom lane push in and get a turret and make a play off of that? Or is it just going to be for nothing? And I think they're going to be able to get this turret. We're at the 25-minute mark. Towers are pretty squishy, and there's no one there to respond.
He is a massive threat, but if you do send more than one person, he probably will still go down. They did get the bottom outer, so trading back some pressure. He was still pushed up without his team having really any other pressure across the map, so that allowed them to send 3, almost 4 people over to pick him up. But still got some shutdown gold on, more shutdown gold on the Syndra, so Relic on Syndra 10, 3, and 5 has 11k gold total in this game, 3k more than the Victor Catinator.
Looking
See how this next team fight plays out.
Route. Yeah, looking like Syndra is going to be going the Zanya's route, which is a pretty good play, especially into a Lee Sin who's going to try to assassinate you. No, that's the Death Cap. You're right. Sorry, double the Large Rod. I don't know why I was thinking Zanya's. Maybe it'd be good to pick up a Zanya's. No, it does look like the Death Cap route. We're just going for straight up damage. A Speed Ship, not too worried about a Renekton, says, I'll go in, hit the Sonic Wave a second time. There's no one here except a Camille who's trying to come in through the jungle. We'll see if they're able to get there in time. He's not! Oh goodness, now Lee Sin, he's been hit up, and he's got the GA. Can he make the outplay to escape? He's got a ward hop. If he goes towards the turret, he might be able to. That's what he tries to do. Ward hop over to the turret, but the auto attacks from Desvelato come in. That light slinging ability passive is just a bit too much for the Lee Sin.
A little overregression there from Chip. I would have liked to see him stay back. He does have a lot of damage, because he's got a lot of kills early, and especially with changes to Lee Sin's Q, can do a lot of burst damage that a lot of people don't expect onto Solution or the Syndra. But just trade a kill, so it's onto the weakest member of their team, so I'm not too sure about that one. But see how that can turn into the next team fight.
21 kills to 17. It's a kill lead for the side of ACP, but a gold lead for Discount Harvard, pushing that 2k gold into a 3k gold lead. They do have more turrets by 2, and another Drake is about to spawn. It just so happens to be at the same time as the Baron, both a little bit less than a minute away. Ocean Drake will be the next Drake. If ACP can get it and an Elder spawns, that could be a huge fighting force. The question is, though, with these two different neutral objectives on the map, which one does each team go for? And I think Discount Harvard is probably going to focus the Baron over an Ocean Drake at this point in the game.
Yeah, if that was another Infernal Drake, they should definitely focus the Dragon. I'm trying not to just give up the Baron, but there are already 2 Infernals Team ACP, and a third one would just be terrifying, especially if they can manage to get that Elder Dragon. Would be a very scary team to fight. We'll see what they decide to do. Both teams seem to be moving towards that side of the map as Dragon spawns.
Dragon is one of the easier buffs to take on the map when it comes to these big neutral objectives.
It looks like they're just going to try and take it right now.
Okay, so they're just going to go for the Ocean Drake. They're going to pick it up, but that means that ACP have the positioning when it comes to the Baron. Renekton is on that bottom side, but he's got teleport in about 30 seconds, so he can try to respond. It wouldn't be bad if Discount Harvard tried to just immediately rush towards this top side and fight a 5v4.
Oh, it didn't. They didn't get a trade for that either. So a good play from Discount Harvard, pulling the trigger, grabbing, Kaisa doing a lot of damage, just shredding through that dragon, bursting it down, and then not losing anything for it.
Yeah, she hasn't quite hit that 3-item spike, but with the Rage Blade, Storm Blade, she definitely has a pretty good amount of damage when she's able to get on somebody for a decent amount of time. I still want to see peeling of this Alistar. You really want to stop his engages. He's being a huge tank on the front line, able to just disrupt everything when Discount Harvard tries to make any plays. And if Lee Sin can find that backline Syndra and take her out of the fight, it could very quickly go in the hands of Discount Harvard.
I would like to see Nasus move towards this bottom side. He has that teleport available. They don't really have anybody that can match it and put some pressure on, try and force some plays towards that side, and then have the rest of the team play around the Baron.
Oh,
they might get caught. Jamie gets caught by Sun and gets bursted!
Wait, no, the guy's okay, does go down. Syndra able to pick it up with an auto attack. The Cullen goes down onto Catinator. He's going to be taken out as well, but he's got a huge amount of damage back on Desperado. The last laser not going to hit. He's got a stun onto Rayleigh. He gets stunned up. Himself, comes through. Doesn't matter. Rayleigh is lives. Cosmic Zaya trying to get to the Blast Cone to escape, but won't be able to. And the game is completely blown open for ACP. Double kill for the Syndra as well. Speed Chip gonna be 1v1ing Alistar, who's super tanky. Just headbutts Lee Sin to safety as he's gonna walk back to the base. I think it's very unwise for him to try to go in. But Fast Brother caught out. I don't know that Nasus can 1v4 as he gets jumped on by everybody. Speed Chip trying to come in to help him out. Able to finish off the Camille. The flash from Nasus, not going to be able to save him. The Blast Cone pushes Lee Sin out of the fighting range until the stun comes through from Syndra. Rayleigh giving over the double kill to Desvelado. And ACP wipe the map with Discount Harvard. They don't get the official ace as Kaisa has respawned in time. But with 43 seconds down on the jungler, it's Baron time.
They find Rayleigh do a great job finding 2 picks onto both the backline damage dealers of Discount Harvard, just melting Zaya with a 1Q Scatter of the Week combo. Oh, doesn't get the seal with a W. Good blocking from Renekton there. And they do get the Baron. Walk out without losing anybody else.
It wasn't even smited by Camille because she was down. It was finished off by Lucian. So it wasn't a bad idea to try to steal it away as smite wasn't available. But gold swings once again back into ACP's favor. And they're there to defend the mid lane and top lane as minions were starting to creep their way in. So with this Baron, the question now becomes, does Renekton go back to split pushing on the side lanes as he does have that teleport, or do they go for a 5-man push trying to break one of these second-tier turrets?
I think for the meantime, they need to keep Renekton. If Nasus is pushing bot lane, they need to match that with Renekton. Because the rest of the team can win that fight. Renekton's really the weakest member of their team on Team ACP. They just need to play around this Syndra and this Lucian to just destroy the rest of Discount Harvard.
As the game gets later and later, keep that in mind. It is that Nasus who is slowly stacking up. So if the side of Discount Harvard wins a fight, Nasus is just going to wipe through the enemy team turrets and inhibitors. We are past that 30-minute mark, so towers are fairly squishy. Minions have a speed boost as well. Harvard's grouped as 5 in the mid lane. They need to stay grouped. That's what hurt them last time, was as soon as the Syndra was able to find 1 stun onto Kaisa, they scattered everywhere, and they were just picked off one by one. Alright, the turret in that top side is going to be finished off by Renekton. Finally, then most of the game that's been poked away little by little. Nasus is there to respond. Speed Chip, though, seen over the wall with the ward. Really hopping to safety for the moment over the turret. He does have the GA as well. Catinator absorbing a lot of the culling. In the meantime, Leona engaging onto the Syndra. She's found the double stun, but there's no damage to follow it up. Syndra trying to get a stun down. The Catinator was able to take out Camille. Cosmic Zaya tanking up a massive amount, but she is playing the line correctly because Alistar goes down. The siege is not going to be down. The damage from Lucian is just way too much. Kaisa drops. Care Bear here going to be almost finished off with a laser from Catinator. Speed Chip wanting to find the backline with the Sonic Wave. Won't be able to, so it's an even 2 for 2. But man, Discount Harvard, I think, won the fight as everyone from the side of ACP is recalling.
They still didn't find any damage. They need to get somebody onto this backline of Rayleigh and Desvelado, the 2 big damage eaters in all these team fights. They might be able to find some picks. Oh no, Candace gets spotted by the Renekton, and he's just gonna get melted by Lucian.
Oh, that's so bad. They didn't quite recall this.
Lee Sin might be able to steal this though.
Oh, Lee Sin goes in, but it's not low enough to smite it yet.
Oh,
he gets stunned up by the Syndra, who's just been so good on this. Fest Brother trying to do what he can with the ultimate, but won't be tanky enough, and Rayleigh becomes unstoppable with perfect timing on the GA respawn from the Lee Sin.
Wow, Rayleigh and Desvelado are taking over all these team fights. There's just nobody that can get to this backline currently and stop these 2 from just deleting absolutely everyone at crazy amounts of damage.
pick up the mid lane second tier turret. They picked up Baron and still have it on them as they're pushing in now onto Cosmic Xayah inside the enemy team base. Uses the ultimate, trying to stun up the Camille for long enough for the Kai'Sa to finish him off, but can't do it. Detona Hamster lives. The mid lane inhibitor turret has gone. The inhibitor will fall as well. This could be actually a push for the finish. Baron buff has dropped off, but all 5 members are here, and Katnator, the only one left alive, trying to slow the push down. They will just hop in. The shield from Detona Hamster won't be able to save him. He goes down. Katnator gets back to the fountain, still drops. Lucian picks it up. Nasus knocked off to the side. He's trying to get in and kill what he can. Lisa into the backside. He's able to finish off Lucian. The Nexus is still alive, hanging in there by a thread, but with Katnator in the top side finally dropping down, Care Bear finishes off the Lee Sin and then the Nexus, winning the game for ACP. But really, it was all about that Syndra and Lucian.
Just crazy amounts of damage between those two. I'm actually just damage graph. Those two in team fights were just untouched and got to tear apart the team of Discount Harvard.
All right.
My goodness.
GG, well played. GG all around. If Renekton was master, Nasus wouldn't have been able to do that in lane. Had the second most damage on the team as Renekton. I definitely want to check that out. GG to all. Tossing out some GG emotes. Probably actually going to switch GG with the what when it comes to those tiers. If I'm bronze, you going to say that I shouldn't be playing? No. Tonight's games, guys, were the team games. And I did my best to try to pair up teams' overall strength, though Rayleigh really screws that up. But overall, most of tonight's games have been somewhat even, and that shows that there is at least some attempt by me to pair teams evenly together. And I think that most people have been playing pretty darn well tonight. Like, I don't think there's anyone in particular that I would say they played terribly. So
I don't know if I wouldn't say it wasn't fair. You guys still had plenty of opportunities to win that game, but I don't. It's just me. From the outside, it looked like played through the Nessus. But anyway, about it later.
All right, let's go ahead and go through honorable mentions and MVPs for the losing team. Discount Harvard. Give it to us, Spada.
I'm going to give honorable mention to Elise Pitchip on the Lee Sin. Did very well early game, picked up a lot of early kills, wasn't able to translate that into advantage for his team, but still did pretty good in the early game finding the right ganks. And then Fast Brother is going to get my MVP. 5-5-5 doesn't have didn't have that many kills, but had the most damage, had the most pressure, was a scary threat for Discount Harvard. I want to give a shout out to Katnator though. Got camped early, got really far behind. But still kept up the farm, kept up his damage, still did the second most damage on his team, doing crazy amounts of damage in those team fights, getting a lot of damage down, but then not able to finish off the kills. And yeah, that is my votes.
Running through them really quickly one more time because I was talking to the next two teams, trying to get them ready for the next game. Honorable mention MVP, just give me the names.
Honorable mention I gave to Spitship. And then Fast Brother was the MVP.
I like it. Fast Brother, I definitely agree being the MVP. Really trying to carry that top side.
I gave a shout out to Katnator.
That's fine. That's cool. Okay, for the winning team, MVPs and honorable mentions, I'm going to give the honorable mention over to Detona Hamster for continuously pressuring that mid lane, saying that our mid lane, Rayleigh, is our winning objective of the game. If I can get this guy ahead, we will win the game. And continuously ganked over and over again, burning a flash and then coming back again, burning a flash, coming back again. I think showed up mid lane like 6 times before the 15-minute mark of that game, but did get the Rayleigh